Does he go for an early expansion because he sees the quick expansion from Light, or does he just try to play it a little more safe and just try to build up an army here and last a little longer? And does he take it into late game? I'm interested to see what Violet's going to do after game one did not go so well for him. He does look like he's going to be pushing out with about 5 goons. Maybe he can march in here and get maybe 1 or 2 SCV kills. But yeah, there's actually tanks on the ridge here, so I don't feel these goons are going to be able to do much if they do decide to push in. Just too many tanks there. Wraith is out to deal with any kind of dropship that Violet does throw at Light. The Reaver is out, or not the Reaver, sorry. So more goons pushing in, and there's a lot of goons. Maybe if they can come to the side, they can actually stay out of tank's range. But no, that's not going to be likely. So yeah, these goons are forced to push back. Nice job to quickly react with those goons, not losing. I don't even think he lost a single goon. Maybe he lost one. I'm not sure. Another factory is going up for Light. So yeah, this has been a pretty standard game so far, besides that crazy opening. I don't know if that was a mistake or not. Robotic support is now going up, so we are going to be seeing Reavers, it looks like. And I'm interested to see what he's going to do with these Reavers. Does he go for the drop behind and do SCV kills while he attacks from the front with the goon, or does he use the SCVs to try to make his force that much stronger and try to win the battle that way? So these vultures will have no luck trying to go up the ramp for an extra scout. Will have no luck doing that. He's going to have to rely purely on scans here. Barracks in the middle, just chilling there, was used at the beginning for scouting purposes, but now it's slightly pointless, and more than slightly, strongly pointless. Anyways, so yeah, this has been just a pretty classic game here. Nothing out of the ordinary, pretty original here. So I'm interested to see what late game tech he goes for. No sign of anything so far for late game tech for Violet. He needs to get those storms out. Still no sign of storms quite yet. I feel he needs to get those storms out quicker. I think that was his big mistake in game one. And if he doesn't get those out quicker, now Reaver is out, so he's gonna try to see what. I'm interested to see what kind of micro he's gonna be able to do with that, and how successful that's gonna be after it turned out pretty much a disaster after game one. But yeah, like I said, no sign of arbiters or carriers in game one. Barely got storms out before that ended, and I think I just repeated myself. I think I talked about that earlier. Anyways, Citadel now going up, so we could be seeing him getting a Temporal Archives after this and trying to get some storm tech here. But yeah, slightly late, I believe. Engineering Bay almost going down, but not quite. So yeah, luckily for Violet, he does have the upper level advantage, does have that slope to his advantage. He is on the higher end of that. Light's going to be required to shoot uphill, which is not an advantage. Vulture's going in, and now he's going to realize that Violet's army is not as big as he probably thought, so he's going to be moving up with these tanks, sieging up. Reaver, oh, now he's going to have to move down because of that Reaver, but I feel if he can go up, he's going to be able to lay this out. Just a lot of tanks, just not going to be enough for those goods. Oh, and here comes the Wraith. The dreaded Wraith coming up to try to do some damage to that shuttle. If he could pick off that shuttle with that Reaver, then he would have no problem marching over Violet. So now gonna just slight harassment going on. Nothing crazy going on. Both players are building up their army, but still no sign of a third expansion for Violet. And I feel this is a big mistake. I feel he could easily throw up another expansion. Now it just looks like Light will be setting up a slight barrier around his base. And these tanks moving up in a beautiful parallel line. They really know their geometry here. These are very smart siege tanks. Anyway, so it does look like he's gonna set up a barrier, and now Violet will be forced to be pushed back a little bit. Just too many tanks coming up the ramp there, and no sign. Doesn't have storms yet, and he's not gonna have storms for a little bit here. Still doesn't. Temporal Archives is still not even up yet, and that's gonna take a while to research. And then you gotta make High Templar, and then you gotta let them get the energy to do that. So it's a long process, and it hasn't even started yet. So this could be looking bad for Light, bad for Violet very shortly. It's just going to be timing for Light. That's why Terran's all about timing pushes. If he can push in before storms really become a factor, he's going to be very effective. I feel Temple of Archives finally starting to go up, leading with the Vultures behind in tanks, and Light is slowly making his move towards Violet's base, I feel. And Violet better hope that something happens to Light to delay this attack, or he's going to be in a lot of trouble here because the storms will not be out. All he has is standard Dragoons and Zealots, and I feel that's not going to be enough to deal with these tanks. because Violet has not done a great job at keeping the tank count low. Hasn't really had a chance to keep it low, but hasn't done that, and so he needs the storms. Command Center lifting off. So now actually Light is beating Violet to his second expansion. So Light really late on that second expansion. Not great macro this game. I feel he needs to get that a lot sooner to actually have a chance at this. Macro game, so fun to watch in the pro scene, but not so much this game. Still main and natural, so a little different strategy from here from Light. Maybe he feels like he wouldn't be able to hold that third expansion, so he's not going to get it as early. I'm not exactly sure. And I mean if I say the second expansion or third expansion, I mean the same expansion. Sometimes I don't include natural, sometimes I do. I'm kind of random like that. So I apologize for that. But it does look like a Reaver and a Zella drop, so he's going to be able to do some damage to this expansion. So that's a couple SCV kills. This is stuff that Violet needs to do, but that's maybe not be enough. A large army for Light coming in, and these storms should be, High Templars should be out with storms very shortly here. So he's actually going to be running in here, and it does look like Violet or Light really is making his way. Drops the Reaver, loses the Reaver, so that's big. All coming in, and yeah, smart move by Violet to push back there. He's actually walking through that choke, so his goons are basically walking into fire. Basically, the men in the middle of the field on their trumpets while the army was just shooting him away. So High Templars are out, and yeah, I know. Color is war now. He's much better than that. Anyways, so he is moving in. Tanks are going down everywhere. Sending his Zealots in first to draw all the fire. He's going to be able to lay out a lot of tanks here, actually, but more tanks, reinforcements on the way. And now Violet has no Zealots. He should have moved in with his goons behind that with storms, and he would have been able to won that battle. Would have been able to win that battle. But now High Templars are coming too late. High Templars are late, but decent storms. Kind of a mist storm there, but now he does have storms. If Light can make Violet use up his storms, he's going to be in a very good situation to walk in and take this game. But luckily for Violet, he finally has storms. He needs to have those just a slight bit earlier, and he would have been in a lot better situation. Light finally making his way up to Violet's base, and it's been a slow crawl, but steady, very steady. And now I feel Violet's gonna have to do something pretty incredible here to hold off this attack. This is just a simple timing push here by Light, and it's really paying off for him so far. And I feel he's gonna be able to march his way into Violet's base without too much of a problem here. Just not enough High Templars, no sign of Arbiters or anything like that. And maybe he's just going for the mass production kind of strategy here. But I don't feel it hasn't paid off for him, and I don't feel this game's gonna be any different. I don't think it'll pay off for him in the end. So Violet has to be very patient. He has a full contain on his base. He needs to be very patient with breaking this contain. He can't be throwing away units, but he can't let this contain get too big. So it looks like this is the time he's decided he's actually going to be pushing up this ramp with a large army of goons, and he might be able to break this first kind of contain, but there's a lot of tanks on the side, and these goons look like they are falling. So this is devastating. GG coming across the screen. Light will beat Violet, and actually Light will move on to play Jangbi, so that'll be exciting. That'll be some more PvT action, so I'm excited for that. And anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching, and look forward to me commentating Jangbi versus Light Alive, obviously, because he just won. So yeah, guys, thank you. So I'll see you guys in a bit, and this is Sunday signing out. Thanks, bye.